experiential learning expert and AI researcher with over 2 decades of experience in the education sector. As the founder and CEO of Acom's Global Schools in Abeokuta, Ogun State, he is dedicated to fostering creativity and innovation in pupils through cutting-edge educational practices. He is the founder and CEO of Idogun Publishers, a pioneering force in the production of 21st century textbooks in Africa, setting a new benchmark in educational publishing. He also founded the 21st Century School Owners Network, a vibrant community of over 31,000 school owners and educators on Facebook. Through this platform, he provides guidance on managing 21st century schools, including advanced teaching strategies such as creative mathematics instruction, the flipped classroom model, STEAM education, project-based learning, 21st century school branding, and the application of artificial intelligence in education. Also, he has expanded his expertise to training entrepreneurs and freelancers in mastering AI skills to boost productivity in the workplace and businesses through his academy, AI Solutions Academy. Mr. Favour Idogun's dedication to educational advancement is completed by his fulfilling personal life. He is happily married and a proud father. His work continues to inspire and shape the future of education in Africa. So join me in welcoming Mr. Favour Idogun to the platform. Thank you so much, sir. We are so glad to have you here. Thank you.
I'm so honored. Thank you so much for inviting me. I want to salute Mr. Abdulateef for this vision, for the Visionary Educators Series. He himself is a visionary, right? And he wants to raise other visionary educators. I see your work and it's been great so far. And I also want to appreciate your team. I mean, you just proved that you are a man of structure where you don't have to do everything and you put structure in place to let your team members do or perform their role, right? Well done for all you are doing. So I'm glad for having me. Thank you so much. I've sent a request so that we can just get started immediately. I've sent a request to you so I can share my screen.
Yes, I think.
Yeah, you can grant permission to share my screen. I think I can share now. Okay. All right, I believe you are seeing my screen now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much. Let's get started. The topic I'm asked to talk about is running a school in the digital age. The challenges, the wins, and lessons from Mr. Favour Idogun, EdTech consultant. And I want to quickly say tonight that I will not be speaking like a consultant. I would be speaking like one of us, like your colleagues, like your colleague. I believe that we have school owners on this platform, all right? And I am not going to be talking about anything theory. I'll be very down to earth. I'll be very practical, right? I will not be talking like someone that is outside. I'll be talking like someone who is in the trenches, who has got his hands dirty, doing the job in Acoms, That is my brand, right? So I believe that I'll be speaking from my heart to us. I'll be speaking about what, not just what I've heard. In fact, not what I have heard, probably what I have learned and what I've put to practice. So I'll be sharing my wins, my challenges, and the lessons that I've learned running a school in this digital age. So let's get started. Now, let me properly introduce myself. Like I said, I will not be talking like a consultant. I'll be talking like a school owner who is in your shoe. If you think it's money you need to integrate technology in the classroom, or you think that your school have to be in the class of the A schools that deliver services to highbrow parents, I will prove you wrong. That even in that rural area, there is a way you can integrate technology in learning or to your school or in the classroom. So my name is Favour Idogun, the founder of Accom's Global Schools. We run nursery, primary, and secondary school. Our focus is on experiential learning. My focus is not on experiential learning today because even in the 21st century, in this digital age, we should also focus on experiential learning when we connect theory to practice. Let students begin to apply what they are learning in the real world. They say, oh, go to school, after school, before you enter the real world. But I say no, that while students are in school, they can actually experience the real world. They can actually do what is happening in the real world while they are in school. So that's a subject for another day. But our focus today is going to be on tech integrated learning, talking about running your school in a digital age, right? So what we have been able to accomplish, one of them is blended learning, which is, like I said, is not fully digital. And as we move on, I will explain this in detail. So let's go ahead. Let me share how we had to evolve, how we had to evolve. Number one, we started our school in 2013. In 2013, that was when we started our school. And in 2017, that is about 4 years after, that is when I got introduced to technology, integrated technology in learning or in teaching or in school. So I had to attend series of seminars. I had to leave Abeokuta, go to Lagos, spend days in attending seminars that had to do with how you can integrate technology in the classroom. Now, when I embrace this idea, this novel idea, I did not let it stop at my table. I was so passionate about it that I had to begin to organize workshops, seminars for school owners, for them to embrace this new thing. Let me call it thing in the educational space, because we have been used to this traditional way of learning. So I began to advocate for technology integration in the classroom. I began to organize seminars, even at Abeokuta and other places. Okay. And that even took me to Dubai. My passion, my drive took me to Dubai. There was a seminar that was coming up called the Guest Education Conference in Dubai. And I knew that I will be novel ideas about how to run a school in the 21st century. So I was in Dubai for over a week, and in fact, the day we came back to Nigeria, that was February 2020, that was when the lockdown started, talking about the pandemic. So what happened when the lockdown started? Now schools are on lockdown. You can't go to physical classes. That was when school owners and educators began to, they were scrambling to learn some of those tech tools. They began to learn how to use Google Classroom, how to use Zoom, how to design slides, to be able to reach their learners in their homes digitally. And yeah, some schools did, and they were successful. But my question is, what happened after COVID that schools, teachers have to return back to the same traditional system of learning? What happened? What happened? I have an answer. Number one, probably the training they had during COVID was not sustainable. Because for you to sustain technology integration in the classroom, there had to be consistent training. And that training was no longer available. Teachers had to go back. Why? Because it was a real work to design slides, to produce videos, to stay before the screen, to do all of these. Teachers were not ready for it anymore, since there is other alternative, the option of traditional classroom. And we were thinking, I personally was thinking that was the true revolution. We were thinking that was the true revolution. But as I move on in this discussion, I will let you know what the true revolution is right now. So let's move on. I put it here that schools not evolving risk dissolution. What if another pandemic comes up? It may not be pandemic, but well, let's just move on. All right, so let me talk about our digital journey at Apples. And this will form part of our win. Okay, no, this just will form part of our lessons, but we'll talk of our wins, right? So let me discuss the digital journey at Accords. You see, we have done so many things when it's come to digital learning, but I always aspire to go for more. Like I said, don't think that you don't have the necessary gadgets, you don't have how brown parent that will buy into the vision, or whatever limitations, or whatever hindrances or barrier that has not made you to integrate technology in the classroom. I will let you know that I have been in your position, that what it takes is the right vision, the right mindset, and then you begin to build the culture. So I already have the vision that this is the type of school I want. I want to prepare the students, my students, for the future and not the past, because this is a digital age and you cannot be running your school as if we are in the 19th century or in the 20th century or even in the early 21st century. So let me begin to discuss our digital journey at Accords. Number one, we had to introduce blended learning. And before we introduced blended learning, we had introduced flipped classroom. Did it succeed? Partially. But I will say we did it, if I'm to score myself, I will say we did it actually succeed. And I will discuss that when I'm talking about our challenges. Now, let me talk about the blended learning. Now, what is blended learning? Blended learning is you having your physical classroom, your traditional classroom, in addition to digital education. Traditional classroom plus digital education is what is called blended learning. During COVID, it could be purely digital because you cannot reach the students physically. But now that you can reach the students physically, why do you not limit the education of the children to the physical space? So I submit to us that you can run your school physically and learning will continue at home digitally. And there are digital platforms that have so made this easy. Maybe I should just go ahead of myself to let you know our challenges why we weren't able to run blended learning before the age of AI. When we started out, I wanted to run digital classroom. What are the things you need? Children should have their own devices, probably, or I had to launch BYOD, bring your own device. It couldn't work out because in a class of 20 pupils, it could be that only 5 pupils only 5 parents bought laptops for their children. So it was not even out of 20, only 5 had gadgets, and we send using flash drive. We send videos to their laptop for them to learn at. What's the idea behind flipped classroom? Let them learn at home, introduce the topic to them through videos, so that when they come to class, you don't have to start all over or starting from introduction. You can just go ahead, engaging them with hands-on and other things you need to do with the student. We use WhatsApp. Also, it didn't work out. But I can tell you that we have recorded success when we began to use digital platforms that integrated AI on their platforms. Platforms like Quizzes, platforms like classwork.com. I hope you are noting this down because we may not have the practical session for me to begin to let you know how quizzes work, how classwork.com work. But the essence of webinar sometimes is for you to get the information so that you can go research about them after now, or you plan how you will integrate it in your own school. I hope I'm able to move away from this. Now, blended learning, right? So now in the physical classroom, let me ask us a question. Usually, you will give children homework in the traditional classroom. Now, the question is, when you give children homework, will you know if they have done the homework from your house, unless you are a witch? And that is why teachers flog students. Oh, children comes to school, you flog them because they didn't do their homework. But digital platforms is a game changer that have integrated AI. So when you send, now number one, the reason why I said AI is the true revolution is the fact that before AI, there was technology integration. But teachers will do the heavy lifting. They will do the hard work. They will have to prepare the lessons, prepare the assessment, and all of that. But when you go to some of those platforms like Quizzes, for instance, that has integrated AI in their platforms. You will just type the topic you are treating or you want to assess students on, and that is it in 2 seconds or in 1 minute. Everything about what the students will learn is ready. Guess what? Even in that platform, there are videos the child can watch. In that platform, there are slides the child can read. And after doing all of this, there will now be questions that the child can read. And the questions can be objective and it can be theory. So what you just need is to just send the link to the platform to parents, probably their class WhatsApp. So the parents will take it on from there using their devices. I don't think there's any 21st parent now that doesn't have a smartphone. So they will take it off using their devices. They will log into the platform and the students will start doing the work. Guess what? Who will mark it? AI will do the grading. And when the child finishes, guess what? The teacher can set it to be 100% mastery. So if out of 10 questions, the child got 6, the platforms can give opportunity to the students to retry until they got everything. If they didn't get everything, the child cannot submit. That is what is called repetition in learning. The more the child try and fail, the more the child will learn. So the more the child fail and gets the answer, which means the child has actually learned, which traditional system does not allow. In the traditional system, the teacher gives homework, the teachers go back to sit. You know, I call it talk and chalk method. Talk and chalk. So the teacher goes back to the seat, expect children to come to the seat and to come to the table and submit, and the teacher will start marking at first attempt. No room for the child to retry the work so that the child will do his mistakes. What you see is that after everything, the teacher comes to the board to do correction. No opportunity for the child to correct his or herself. And another thing is that, like I said before, in the digital platforms, if the work is given to the children today, in the night, the teacher can go to the platforms and check those that have submitted. If Mrs. Lagbaja's child has not submitted, the teacher can call Mrs. Lagbaja, your child has not submitted his or her homework. That is what is called real-time feedback. So immediately, when you call the parents out, the parents will have to immediately give the child the device to do the homework, which is not possible in the traditional classroom. So there are so many advantages using digital platforms that have integrated AI in assessing students, in students learning some topics and some concepts. All right, so I can talk on this a whole day, but let me just move on to tech integration. So in this slide, I will spend most of my time here, but please, the moderator, let me know my time so I can work with it. Okay, please, I would like to know the time I have left so I can work with it. Number 2 is tech integration. Tech integration. One of the things we have done is to do live games. Live games. Like the platform I mentioned, which is the quizzes, you can actually do live game. It may not only be quizzes. For some of us, you must have been using Kahoot, right? Where students will have gadgets and they will log to this platform, questions are set. And the idea is the faster you are and the faster you are getting the answers, the more you will become a winner. And the platform only recognizes 3 persons. all right, that they will display something like stand up for the champions. These are our champions, and you will see number one, you will see number B. No, the rule for the game is that, the faster you are answering these questions, the more you are correct. I mean, the more correct answers you get, the more you will be at the top as a winner. So that motivates students a lot. So you can play this game, and I tell you, it's usually very interesting. And the question some school owners will ask me is, where are the gadgets? Where are the laptops? And all of that. Do we have all of those things in our schools? No. But what we did is, when it's time for us to do some of those games, we collect the staff phones, and if we have, of course, we have over 20 staff in our school. So if we have 20 children in our school, conveniently, we can get 20 devices for them to do this live game. Then the other one is video lessons. Video lessons. Now, let me say something very important here, because I saw it happen during the pandemic. Because the teachers wanted to integrate technology in the classroom, they still do it in the traditional way. How do you do it in the traditional way when you want to make videos for students? Is where you still use your chalk and talk method to do video for your students. You see teachers coming to the board, they handle the chalk or the marker, they go to the whiteboard, and they are recording themselves teaching. That is not different from the traditional way of learning. And let me quickly say that your 45 minutes lessons, there is a video, an engaging video, an interactive video that can do it in 5 minutes, and that will not be boring to the students. When you come to the board to do video with your marker and your whiteboard, that is still the traditional way of reaching the students, and it's boring. Why not animations? You can check out Peekaboo's videos on YouTube. I always recommend it. There are animated videos that can teach that's your topic very well in 5 minutes. That when students watch it, it will appeal to them better. Because as they are watching it, they are seeing some visual effects. Because that your traditional lessons is only reaching one set of students, the auditory learners. What you are saying is not seen. What you are saying is not seen. But in video lessons, as the teacher is saying it, there are visuals. If you measure volcano, student will see volcano as a visual, as a picture. That is the difference. So, which means that whether it is through flipped classroom or through physical classroom, you can actually play videos for that your lessons. But the video must be interactive, engaging, and not boring. So let's move on to number 3, which is virtual labs. Virtual labs. So we have succeeded in doing this also in our school. We know we have physical labs. Physical labs like chemistry, physics lab, home economics lab, mathematics lab, they are all physical labs. And I know that some schools have or hold this to a very high esteem that they'll play virtual labs. But I can tell you confidently that some of those physical labs are just for decorations. Some of those physical labs are just for accreditations, just for the WAEC to accredit your exam, the WAEC exam or the NECO exam. It's not probably for the students to do practicals. I'm not saying all schools, but I'm just saying some schools. because there are limitations, because most of those specimen, apparatus, gadgets are not available. How do I know? When some schools want to write WAEC, they will be running scatter to some schools to borrow equipment and specimen. That is to let you know that their physical lab is just for decoration. So in the virtual space, there is no limitation. You can get any gadget you want to use, any specimen, any apparatus, any reagent. Is it reagent? We call it in chemistry now, agent or reagent, whatever. All of those ones, they are readily available in the virtual space. So there is no limitation. And guess what? You can get almost the same experience. And I will even say you can have the same experience, especially when you are using virtual reality headsets and augmented reality. Virtual reality headset will make you to be present in the virtual space. It will be as if it's physically. It will be as if you are handling the chemical or the apparatus physically. Then the augmented reality, the difference is that this one you can be offline in the physical space, and with augmented reality, you can see how the thing is moving, even that diagram in the textbook. So if you don't have this virtual reality headset or augmented reality headset, you can actually do it using the laptop. You can do virtual simulations, virtual practicals, whether it is mathematics, in chemistry, in physics. And there are free platforms to do this. Like FEX simulation is free. It's a non-governmental governmental organization that has it. We have some other ones that are not free, but that one is free. So let's move away from this to automated operations. Automated operations. Before now, all our admin operations have been manually. We are talking about running a school in the digital age. So this is not just academics now. This is what admin, because you have to have efficient admin and also efficient academics. Okay. So we now have automated operations. Before now, all our operations, all our admin operations have been manual. When it comes to tracking school fees, when it comes to admission inquiries, having to communicate with parents and all of that. But right now, with Google Sheets and other free platforms like Zoho, Reference, some of those platforms offer free platforms where you can actually automate your operations. All right, so we cannot track our school fees automatically. That means that when you have that school fees tracker, you will know exactly how much parents, how much money has come in and how much you have left, so you can track your debt easily. So AI for lesson plans, AI for assessments, AI for other operations. All right, so we have also done that. So let's move on to parent communication. Parent communication, like I said, you have to effectively communicate with your parents. And I will stress this a lot. Many schools are doing very well in academics. They are doing very well in the classroom, but they are not able to communicate what they are doing. And there are platforms to communicate this. And the platform I would recommend to school owners, which is free, is Class Dojo. Is an organized, some of you use WhatsApp. Class Dojo is an organized, structured platform, more than WhatsApp. You should be able to communicate every day. Mark my words. Every of the children's experience, you should be able to communicate it to the parents every day. Whether we have what is called the class story in Class Dojo, we have the school story in Class Dojo. Let the parents know what is happening in your school. And this can grow your school. For instance, a child just did something amazing, very amazing. You snap it. The teacher snapped the picture. Yes, excuse me. The teacher snapped the picture, and this is during school hours, because it will give real-time updates to parents. This is during school time, and you send it to the parents. Probably the child was doing something. It could be a video, it could be a picture, and the teacher will just directly message the parent with the picture or the video of the amazing thing the child has just done in the class. And the parent will see what the child has just done in the class. Guess what? If the parent is working in an organization, don't you think the parent will blow it up to other of our colleagues and say, oh, look at what my child has just done? Guess what? That will announce your school. And the colleagues will be curious, like, which school is that? Your school has just been known in that workspace. Compared to when that thing happened in the class, there was no documentation and there was no communication. That means that those other parents or other of your parents' colleagues will not get to know what has just happened in your school. And another thing that Class Dojo will help you do is that it will help you document your journey. Guess what? When I was preparing for this particular topic, do you know that there are some things we have done that I began to think? I said, so we have done this, we are doing this, we are doing this, we are doing this. And guess what? I said, so we are doing all of this, and our parents are not aware. I have not communicated some of those things. I do communicate some, but there are some things here I have not communicated. Guess what I did? I just did a post about our journey, and I sent it to that platform. What am I trying to say? There are some things you are doing that you are not communicating. The first people you are to win over are your parents. And they are the one that will not advertise your school. And that is the best advertisement, because they are satisfied, and a potential parent will believe more on a will believe more on a satisfied parent compared to if somebody is just saying that. I remember when we just get started, some parents love our school, and this particular person, not even our parent, the woman got to know our school from social person, and the woman told her husband about our school. He said, but I've not heard of the school. I've not heard of it. Your school is still new. It's not popular yet. Make it known to your parents. Let your parents make it known to their neighbors. That is how school grows. All right, so these are some of our journeys so far. The ones that is upcoming, that I did put here is AI integration, not for teachers, but for the students. And we have created AI competency curriculum. Very soon, I will make it available for primary school, ages 5, to secondary school, ages 16. Of course, you are aware that China is integrating AI. They will be teaching their students AI. AI will be a subject in Chinese schools. We also want to do the same. Want to start this conversation, want to start teaching AI, and we'll map out the strategy. And I'm not just thinking about my school. In fact, the curriculum I created is not just for outcomes, but for Africa schools. And I will make it available soon. All right, so let's move on to challenges that we faced. So if I tell you that we have been able to integrate technology in the classroom without challenges, I will be lying to you, because there are challenges. Even up to now, there are still challenges. But will you say because there are challenges, we back down? Will you say because there are challenges, we give up? No. You will have to find a way to surmount and to overcome those challenges. And one thing I know about challenges is that some of us give up too soon, and we have this mindset that I cannot integrate technology in the classroom. What you are supposed to be thinking is, how can I do this? Now, when you ask the question, how can I do this, the answers will start coming. And I want to challenge you that you should always have projects. See, always have projects you want to do. If you have the goal to integrate technology in your classroom, whatever thing you want to do, write it down and begin to ask yourself the question, how can I do this? There's a particular thing I am trying to overcome now, and I'm going to share with you. But first and foremost, let me follow my slide. First and foremost, let me share the challenges I have faced. Number one is resistance to change. Teacher pushback, where we have to introduce them, because for every new innovation, there had to be a change of strategy. For every new innovation, you have to train your workforce. You cannot just introduce or bring innovation to your setting and you think everybody will buy into it and you think everybody will run with it. No, you have to build a culture. And that's one of the things that every school owner should know. It's not enough for you to have a vision. After having a vision, you have to make your staff buy into the vision. And after they buy into the vision, you now build a culture. All right. That culture means that now this is our mission. This is what we are doing. And this is how we will carry it out. Okay. Number one, when we started, the first thing we did was to ensure that we train our teachers. We train our teachers. What was the strategy? One of the things I did was to learn from finished school. Now the finished school has, the Finnish as a country, Finnish schools, they have one of the best educational systems in the world. So I had to study what made them the best. Guess what? One of the reasons why they became the best is the fact that they train their teachers every week. Now, if you want to know about Finnish teachers, before you can be a teacher in Finnish school, you must have a master's degree. A master's degree in education before you can be a teacher. In spite of that, they still train teachers. 2 to 3 hours. Every teachers must undergo 2 to 3 hours training of continuous professional development. That's what they call it. Every week. And I said, okay, if we cannot do every week, we can do every month. So we started training our teachers on how to integrate technology and other areas every month. Once in a month, teachers must be in the school for training. But in spite of all of that, there was the one particular teacher who is very traditional, who will not do what other teachers are doing. But with time, we have to do a lot of things. You know, we had a master teacher who was also training other teachers, so we have to assign him to that particular teacher. And today, the teacher is blended. Even if not fully, but it's already blended, right? So, number 2 is digital device and internet access issues. Of course, I told us about devices, how I had a challenge of parents not buying into it. Okay, so probably when I come to my wins, I will discuss how we were able to. It's still a challenge, actually, but there's a solution to it. Then we have infrastructural costs. Infrastructural costs, when you have unstable internet, or how do you use internet? You may not have a broadband. You may not have a Wi-Fi. You can start with hotspots. If you have Wi-Fi, fine. If you have router, fine. But even with your hotspot, like my phone, my hotspot is you can connect to unlimited devices. So if I put up, if I have 150 gigabytes, how many will the students use? So I can on my hotspot for them to use. There is what is called improvisation in education. You cannot say this is not available, internet connection. I don't have internet connection in my school. The one you have, use it. Use what you have at the moment. The power. Power is a big challenge. Power is a big challenge. Now let me say some things about infrastructural costs. Now, if as a teacher you want to integrate technology in the classroom, of course you know that some schools, some A school, they have what? Smart board. Smart board. I know the cost of smart board. The cost of smart board right now is not less than 1 million. So will you say because I don't have a smart board, I cannot integrate technology in the classroom? Now let me give us different levels. Number 1 level is no tech classroom. No tech classroom. What is no tech classroom? No tech classroom is a classroom that uses whiteboard and marker. No tech classroom is a classroom that uses blackboard and chalk. Nothing like technology in the classroom. Now there's what is called low tech, low, L-O-W, low tech classroom. In low tech classroom, you have a projector and a projector screen and a laptop. That means that, like I said, that you can share videos, you can introduce videos, you can use videos to introduce your lessons in the classroom, which means that a school who adopt a low-tech system can use projector and a projector screen. In fact, the whiteboard can be the projector screen. So what you need is a projector and a laptop, and you can share that videos for students to learn, or share presentation slides instead of writing on the board. That is low tech. And guess what? You can start with one classroom. The other type is the medium tech. Medium tech, that is, you have your laptop, no need for projector. You have LED screen, LED television, or smart television. Medium tech. You have no money to buy smart board, but you can get LED television, LED television, or a smart board. They are cheaper than a smart whiteboard. So which means you can be using your laptop to share videos and presentation screen. Then the other one that is high tech is the smart board. So of course we have schools who use smart board, who have smart board in all their classes. So I just gave you these different levels in case you are saying I don't have money. So you can move from no tech to low tech. You can move from low tech to medium tech. You can move from medium tech to high tech when you use smart board. Now, this way I'm going to. To do this effectively, there is need for power. There is need for electricity. That's why I said everything boils down to priority. If you have priority, or if you prioritize technology integration in the classroom, you will find a way. I went to a friend's school. It's like a mentee to me, all right? And I'm sure he's following me and all of that. So guess what? He has television in almost all his classes. I mean this LED television. And he told me, even if he was using it wrongly, because what he was doing was not, it was still like traditional system. What was he used to do? It was used to project notes. I said, you are limiting what you have. And I told him what to do. All right. And I told him, I said, even if you don't have a particular teacher for a particular subject, this, what you have, can take care of it. And I told him the videos he can use that will even teach that particular topic better than a human teacher or a physical teacher. All right. But this is what he did that inspired me. Guess what? At that time that the fuel was cheap, he said he budgets 50,000 naira every month to buy fuel, to buy petrol. 50,000 naira every month. Guess what? This particular thing is what endeared many parents to his school, because you will always see lights. You will always see electricity in his school. So he didn't depend or blame PHCN. He had to make a way. He had to have a goal, he had to have a focus, and it's all to do. The money will come and will go without you seeing anything. And that is why budget is good. So right now that the God at that time fuel was around 200 naira. Now that fuel is about 900 naira, I don't know his budget. That was one of our challenges. At the time, we're having light, and with that light, and we have to spend money buying fuel. But was that sustainable? No. I knew, in fact, I know how much I spent last time buying fuel. But I told myself, this is not sustainable. What will I do? And the solution was to generate our own power. So I had to have that as a project. So I called someone who gave us a quotation, and he wanted us to go for 10 kVA. I said, I may not start with 10 kVA. Give us quotation for 5 kVA. And he gave us about 4 million naira for 5 kVA. I said, well, I want to start with something. Do something for us that we can extend later. Let's start with 3.5 kVA. Then we can now extend later with battery and solar panels to get higher kVA. So right now, this month end, that project will be delivered. That is my target. So this month end, that project will be delivered to generate our own power, because for the past 3 months, I don't think we have seen light in a week more than once. So we will not allow lack of power to destroy our dreams, to destroy our focus. There has to be a way. There has to be a way, right? So infrastructure cost is a challenge, and you have to navigate your way through the challenge. The other one is digital distractions. So, of course, we carried out the Bring Your Own Device campaign. And guess what? Like our secondary school right now, almost all our students have their laptop. As a matter of fact, having a laptop is a prerequisite for admission. Without a laptop, we cannot admit you to our secondary school. But there was a challenge. Students will have film, we have videos in their laptop, and immediately we have to draft a policy. We don't want to see this, we don't want to see this. The laptop is just for academic purpose. And every time we have to do we have to scan their system to ensure that none of these distractions are on their system. Okay? So quickly, I will just run through this as I begin to round up. Wow, I can see that I've spent almost an hour. So let me just round up as I discuss our win. Number one, there have been improved academic performance. There have been improved academic performance. We have to do a kind of analysis where we check whether what we are doing is working, because if it's not working, there's no need to continue it. And we discovered that children that have fully participated in our blended learning, they perform better in exams. Okay, so we have increased parental interest for students to buy into our vision to ensure that their students participate in the digital learning is a plus for us. And what you have to do also, okay, is for you to involve the parents in the process. I will talk about that. Students confident in digital projects. Yes. As a matter of fact, there was a case where a student was just admitted into our school, and she was scared to handle because now she has a laptop, but she was scared. She could not even use the laptop. But along the line, she became very confident in using the laptop. Do you know that there are some teachers who cannot use computer? Yes, know why? They were never introduced to computer when they were undergoing their training. So they have never handled a computer. So that is why you need to introduce your students to this digital learning on time. And some of them, when they come to handle computer, you can see how scared they are. You can see that they have no idea about what to do. Even the typing skills, the key to press, to save, they don't have idea of all of those things. They are computer illiterate. All right, so we have produced app developers, we have produced app developers, web designers, and all of that. We have reduced paperwork. We have reduced paperwork and pretty cost. As a matter of fact, it was last year, I just decided, because right from day one of our school, we have never used paper, we have never used a manual results from day one. I think I was even saying that I did start I started integrating some technology right from day one when we started Outcomes. From day one, we have never used Biro to write our results. We're using Excel. Okay, so but the only thing we're doing is that we have to print it out. But last year, I discovered that it was now very costly. To print one out, it will cost us not less than 300 naira. And now we times 300 by almost 250 students that we have. That is on the high side. So I roll out a policy from now on, no more paper results. We collected parents' data, their email, and we said, your child's result will not be sent to you via email. And that was it. We cut costs. We cut pretty costs. So the other one is seamless financial operations, right? So what I have learned, quickly, what I have learned, number one is digital leadership. Number one, like I was saying before, have a vision, drive the vision downline to your, drive the vision downline, create a culture. How do you create a culture? Ensure that teachers are trained on your drive, on your vision. If it's if you want to integrate technology in the classroom, it must become a policy that when a new teacher is joining your organization, the first thing the teacher will have to learn is technology. So you cannot just employ a teacher and you say, oh yeah, enter the classroom. How can the teacher integrate technology in the classroom when the teacher has not been inducted so that it can become part of the teacher? It has to be a culture, and no school excel beyond their culture. You have to drive the culture. The person that will drive the culture is the school owner. And that is why if the school owner did not buy into technology integration in the school cannot integrate technology, even if the teacher is digitally literate. Even if the teacher has what it takes to integrate technology in the classroom, in as far as technology integration is not part of the culture of the school, the teacher will be handicapped. The teacher can do nothing. And that's why it has to be a culture from the school owner. It has to be a culture from the school leadership. Sometimes when we have seminars like this, I see school owners sending their teachers to attend the seminars. That is not enough. You must buy into it first. As a school owner, you are supposed to be the first person that will take the front seat in that seminar, so that you can buy it. You can have the vision first, and you will not create a culture to make it work in your school. Number two is teacher training. There had to be continuous capacity building of your teachers. Now, especially now that we have tech, new technology is coming up every day, new AI tools coming up every day. How can you cope with that if you don't have a continuous training session with your staff? Recently, with this just stopped working for our teachers. You know why? November last year, they started the pro version. They have tried enough. They have made the platform to be free, but suddenly the quizzes stopped working. Wow. And it's one of the two we use for our digital platform. Our blended learning. What are we going to do? to have that kind of experience because we cannot subscribe. We cannot subscribe to that plan. For one teacher to subscribe is $144 a year. And for a school to subscribe is over $2,000. So we have to find a way. Yeah, it was during that training, everybody would brainstorm, we went to research. We researched into different platforms and we got one that replaced with it. So there had to be teacher training and continuous professional development. Parent involvement. What I've learned is that you have to involve the parents. How do you involve the parent? In the tech integration, involve parents. Number one, have tech open days. In those school, we have school open days, right? Have tech open days where parents come. What they will come and learn is technology. Have digital literacy day for parents. Teach them the little things about technology because they are the ones that will be with their children at home. And if they don't know how to navigate digital platforms, they may not be able to help their children. So even as simple as how to connect hotspot to Wi-Fi, have open day to teach them. How to navigate platforms, how to sign up to platforms, have tech open days and what? Teach them. Fail fast. Fail fast, learn faster. If some tools stop working or some tools are upgraded, learn fast and adapt very fast. Okay? The other one is lead, don't wait. Lead, don't wait. So what is my advice to educators and school owners? As I write up, number one, start small. If you have one laptop, start with that one laptop in your school. You can start with primary 6. You can start with a class. There's what is called pilot program. As you do it, you know what I did when I was to share the vision with the parent. This is our vision. We are starting with this class. Always communicate your vision. Always put yourself to be accountable. Make yourself accountable. When I wanted to do solar power, I shared the vision with parents. This is what we want to do. And this is what we will begin to see in our classes when we have power, full power in our schools. Guess what? The reason why some children decided to join us for next session, almost all our students, is because of the vision I shared. They said their parents told them that this is what we do in our school, and they want to experience it. I have bought their heart with just my vision. Start small. It could be using digital attendance sheets. Leverage free tools, Google Forms, Canva AI, all those ones, they are topics on their own. Canva AI, right now with Canva, with your picture and your information, you can design flyers. Class Dojo, ChatGPT, collaborate, join tech training with other schools. You can say, I don't have a school to invite a trainer to train my staff. Why not have a collaboration with schools around your vicinity? We are not into competition. We need to start collaborating. And that school will come together. Maybe the training fee, for instance, if I'm to come to your school, my training fee is 200,000 naira physically. If it's a place that is not far from where I am. If it's far from where I am, you have to pay for my flights, and I will still collect 200,000. But schools can come together and say, okay, you are inviting Mr. Favour. We don't have 200,000 as a school. 5 schools can come together and share that money and bring their teachers under one venue, and they will have the training. Association can also help. If you belong to any association, for instance, I'm having a meeting with a particular association before school resumes. They have already booked me down. be them. And and I'll be training them on AI for school growth and all of that. So association can also help, okay, to ensure that you train your teachers. Journey, document your journey. Today, begin to think of the great things you have done in the school, the pictures you have or you don't have. You don't have those stories, those pictures that talk about your school story. Please, from today, begin to document your journey. Begin to document great experiences in the classroom and share it with your parents. Let them know what you are doing differently. Let them know the great things you are doing with the student. Guess what? They will believe more in your school, and they will begin to advertise your school. Final thought: build a system that thrives with or without you. Technology makes schools unforgettable. Yes. The digital age is here. Prepare now. Commit to running forward. Be a forward-thinking educator. Be a forward-thinking schooler. Not late. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you. Let me hand over to the moderator in case there are questions.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. In fact, the session was, I enjoyed it. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate that. Okay, so to every participant, please, if you have any question, kindly unmute yourself or send the question to the chat box. I'm sure we've learned one or two things from what our speaker has said today. So if you have any question, please go ahead and ask your question. You can unmute yourself and you can as well drop it in the chat box. Please, let's do that very fast. Thank you. Are there no questions?
We have questions. Good evening.
Oh, good evening, ma'am.
My name is Mrs. Rita Wogo, and I'd like to appreciate the presentation by Mr. Idogun. It was very enlightening and highly insightful. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. And I have a question regarding when he mentioned about school fees tracker. And I'd like to have him throw more light as per, how to get into that form. And then for a school that has not really been digitally inclined, what are the basic platforms he would recommend to kickstart, becoming a digitally literate learning school? Thank you. That's my question. The school fees tracker and other recommended platforms he could give us to kind of embark on this digital learning experience he's talking about. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Okay.
All right, should I answer the question now, or want to? I should go ahead and answer the question.
Yes, sir. Please, sir, go ahead and answer the question, sir.
Okay, thank you for that question. Now, the school fees tracker. Before now I was using Zoho Books. You can check it out. Zoho Books is a platform where you will be able to send invoice to parents, and also when they pay, you will record the amount, and you can track those who are owing you. You can send them automatic reminders, right, and all of that. But I have a challenge with that. That didn't meet my needs because Zoho Books was not prepared for schools. for businesses. So, but schools can use it. Okay, but I, for one, it didn't meet my needs. And what I did was to create I had to create my own using Google Sheets. Okay, and now let me quickly explain the way or the one I created, how it works. Number one, we have what is called a daily transactions. Because one of the things that I was having challenges with is tracking who paid. As a matter of fact, the money will just come into the account and I will not be able to lay my hands on knowing the parent that paid, the parent that did not pay. And that gave room for fraudulent practices in my system, where the HM had to even collect parents' money without me knowing. That means that I had no system on ground to track who pay into school fees. So it is only the record they give me, it's only the record I receive that I will believe that is the money we have left. And thousands of naira went under the ground. You know why? They are the one that will drive for school fees. So do you think that if somebody is giving you reports or giving you the names of debtors, do you think the person will put the money or he has eaten or the school fees he or she has collected? No, they won't. So it was when I was now using this method that I discovered these loopholes. That daily tracker is called, I call it daily transaction. I don't know if it's in any school, but I was the one that named it daily transactions tracker, which I did due to the problem or the challenges I was encountering. So in that daily transaction tracker, if any parent pay, if I'm seeing a lot in my account now, whether I know the parent who paid or not, I will document, I will write the amount down. So like that, and I will, and of course they are dropped down. I create in a way that I will write whether it is be confirmed. If I don't know, because another challenge is that parents will pay with an account name that you don't know. So one of the ways for us to also track that was to collect all the database of our parents. That means give us your name, the name you used to transfer money to the school, give us the name of your children. So when we see any name that we don't know, we go to our database. Of course, we just press Ctrl F to find. Just type the name on the system, and how can you do this one? Just using Google Forms. We created Google Forms, and automatically Google Forms will create a sheet in Google Sheets in tabular format. So you will now go to that Google Sheet and type Ctrl F. You type the parent name. You will now discover the person that paid that money. You will now say confirm, now that you have known the person that paid that money. So after doing that, you will now go to the system I created too. It's called School Fees Tracker. You will now go to the School Fees Tracker. In that School Fees Tracker, now, this is a problem I was also facing that I solved. What is the problem? As parent, for instance, now, in many of the school management software I've come across, they attach every fees to students. And I said, no, students are not my customers. The parents are my customers. So if a parent has 4 children, the system will bring all the amount of the 4 children together and sum them up. So if the total fees of those 4 children is 400,000, the system will say 400,000. So if a parent now pay, you don't have to say, okay, for instance, a parent pay 150,000. You will not say, somebody is in GSS1, his school fees is 40,000. Give him 40,000. Somebody is in one is in primary 6. Give him 20,000. That's what many schools do. And that's what we were doing before. I don't have to do that. The parent is my customer. The parent is owing the school 400,000. He has just paid 150,000. I will record it in the system just by the parent ID. When you record it automatically, you don't have to do any plus or minus. It will appear that the parent is owing 350,000, not distributing the amount to the students. That is our school fees tracker. This one I'm explaining. I used to explain to schools, in fact, those schools that purchased the template, because I created a template that I sold to schools. This same template, I created it for schools. And I have the videos, in fact, one is 2 hours when I have to explain how it works, how you have to operate it, how you have to create a database from database, how you have a database of the parent, database of the students. You put the database of the students on the platform. Automatically, in that school fees tracker, you will know how much you are expecting for that term. If you are expecting 20 million, it will read that you are expecting 20 million because you have already put all the parents' name and how much they will pay into the system. The system automatically sum them up. Okay, the system is saying 20 million. The system will tell you how much you have received. Probably now that we have not, I think the 5th week or the 6th week, all right, you will see how much how much has come in. Out of 20 million, maybe you already having 5 million. As a matter of fact, that will motivate you to drive for school fees. Sometimes we ask, how many percentage of school fees have you collected? So people will be guessing, you don't know. The system will tell you how many percentage you have collected now. So if you are not serious about your school fees drive, you have to be serious because your money must come in. You are looking at 15 million outside, and you are running a business. You will find a way to ensure that your money comes in. So that is the advantages of the school fees tracker. All right. So let me just stop here for now.
All right, thank you, sir. Yes, I think he has done justice to the question. Thank you so much, sir. So, Mrs. Odunlade, please go ahead with your question, ma.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, Mr. Favour.
In fact,
I want to thank you for the good job this evening. God bless you. My question is on making laptop as a prerequisite for admission. I don't know how you did it and it worked for you. Like, I'm in Ikorodu, and it's somehow a remote part whereby I'm building a school anyway, but it's not finished. I'm still on it. And I intend to start from day one, having this technological. The one Abdul Latif has done a lot of job on me. So, but if I now make laptop a condition for admission, how can I get children? In this type of place, but I need to have school bus. Some will be going to Korodu, some can go to Adam, or some should go to,
Okay, what type of school are you running? Is it nursery, primary, secondary school?
I want to run a nursery and primary first. Then
Nursery and
ongoing, I
primary
will start the secondary.
I want to say that we only did that for our secondary school for now, not our nursery and primary school. We have tried it in the primary school. It worked. It didn't work. What I say is, what is it work? Is that I think about okay, for instance, I think I mentioned it when I was teaching that I'd say out of 20 pupils, only 5 we get. So that made us not to make it compulsory for the primary school. But even if now that we are driving it, and some parents are getting for their children in the primary school. Yes, we are not making it compulsory for the primary school, for the nursery and primary school, but some parents are already getting it. Why? Because we are doing campaigning. You have to campaign. No? It's not like politicians that campaign. It is your own political terrain. You have to do lots of campaigning. Say good things about what you want to do. Say the necessity why they need to have it. It has to be something you have to drive intentionally. Right? And the truth is, you may not make it compulsory for now, but you can start driving it. That this is why each child needs to have this. Do you know why you need to drive it? Do you know why you need to drive it? Schools that have the capacity, to provide laptops for all the children. School may not bother driving this, because when it comes to school, each child has a laptop. And guess what? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Because I had kind of network issues and it's like I was shut out. Okay, so I was saying that you may not be able to, even your school, you don't have enough laptop and to use for the students. And now you have parents, like us for my school, I know parents who can afford it. As a matter of fact, I have parents who brought their children from, a particular school in Abeokuta that pays in millions. And because of what we are delivering, they brought it to a school that are not paying up to 100,000 as school fees. So are you telling me that kind of parent cannot afford laptop for the kids? And we have some parents like that who are well to do. And because of the environment we are, our school fees does not really match their status. And let me also say that we have also lost some parents because of school fees. Some parents have made inquiries about our school. And when they heard about our school fees, they said, no, that we cannot deliver. How can they pay teachers with these school fees? And that was the only reason why the parent could not bring the child to our school. What I'm trying to say is that, well, of course, the parents that can afford it when you start this campaign. And guess what? You can even use those laptops when the children visit to school for other things that the school need to do with technology. If you as a school doesn't have the capacity to do it. And I'm telling you where we started from. But right now, the school has been able to buy some laptops, and secondary school students, almost all of them have the laptops, so it's easier for us in the secondary school. There are some things we are doing with the secondary school students now. We are yet to commence in the primary school because of this limitation. But we are also campaigning in the primary school so that we're able to overcome such limitation, so that we can drive digital learning fully in both our nursery, primary, and secondary school. All right. Thank you. I hope I'll be able to answer your question.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm grateful.
Thank you so much for that, sir. We really appreciate you. Does anyone have any question again? Any question, please?
Yeah, good evening, sirs. Good evening, ma.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Yes, this is Mr. Innocent from Ikorodu. I sincerely want to appreciate.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yes, sir. I want to appreciate Mr. Favour and the co-host and everyone. This is one of the best privileged seminar that I've able to attend so far. Please, my question is just simple. Outside this seminar, is there any way Mr. Favour and the host could still assist we, the teachers? Is there any way we can maybe follow you online or something so that we could continue to learn? Because currently now I'm a teacher in a school, and I also run online teaching. I tutor online. So I tutor children abroad. So, but I will still need more guides. You know, I still need more guides. So I don't know if there's any way we could, any way help will come from. So that's my question. Thank you very much.
So I think the moderator can answer that question.
Okay, sir. Yes, you can reach out to him. You can reach out to him, and you can also reach out to Mr. Abdulati. Definitely is going to give you his contact. But his Facebook handle is Favour L Idogun, just as it appears here. Do you get that, sir, Mr. Innocent?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
So you can check him up on Facebook, Favour L Idogun, this same as the name appears here. And you can also chat Mr. Abdulati. You can just drop a message in the group. There's no problem. You'll be given his contact. And I'm sure you can.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. You're welcome, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, ma'am. Do we have any other question? Okay, someone said, sir, kindly help with the names mentioned on the YouTube. Okay, the videos for the animation videos, I guess.
Okay, Peekaboo. Yeah. Let me get the right spelling.
I'll see if I can type it out because, okay, Peekaboo, can you help with the spelling, sir, so I can type it in the chat box, sir? Oh.
Peekaboo. I want to confirm it. Peekaboo.
What do you say, sir?
Peekaboo.
Okay. All right. So for the Mr. Temitokpe asking that question, I hope you get that now. Peekaboo. So that's you mentioned that earlier. That you can get animation videos for that platform. All right, thank you so much, sir. It's really a great honor and a great privilege to have you here. We are so glad to have you here. Sincerely, I know you are a busy person, but out of your busy schedule, you still try to give us this time, and it's so precious. To be honest, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir. I pray that the Lord will continue to bless the work of your hands. Thank you so much.
Before you go, I'm seeing a question here. Which did you use for quizzes? For quizzes, classwork.com. For like quizzes is a platform, great platform, but right now it's limited. But we find a substitute, and the substitute is classwork.com. Check it out, explore it.
Okay. All right, sir. On that classwork.com, is it paid or free?
Okay, this is it. You will get to now in quizzes. This is a strategy. In quizzes, now it's not that that's why I said it's limited. In quizzes, you can only do 10. You can only set 10 worksheets or 10 questions using a month, right? So what we did, or what I asked my teachers to do is that when you exhaust that, those 10 questions, those not 10 questions, you can set 10 times on a particular subject. Maybe science today, English tomorrow, maybe science another day like that. But you can only use AI on their platform 10 times for a particular subject in a month. That's why it is limited. So what I told my staff to do is this week you can use email to sign up and do it. Next week use another email to get access. Other week use another email to get access. But it's like they now discovered that we are using that system. So even if you are using your email in the following month, you can't have access to those 10 sheets, worksheets that you can set, right? Then that way we have to find another alternative, which is the classwork.com. So in this one, you can set unlimited questions in any subject, but the limitation is that it's only free for 30 days. It's only free for 30 days. As a matter of fact, the one we sent to our parents on Friday, the information we got was they couldn't access it because that was it was that day it reached 30 days. So what they did, or what I asked them to do, was to open another, they should sign up using another email. Okay, that is the trick. Some of us have up to 10 email. So they should sign up using another email. So that's what they did before they were able to set questions on the platform for students to do.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you for being sincere and just taking it like we are truly colleagues, educators, not minding the differences. All right, thank you so much. And someone is asking here that can we hold live quiz on classwork.com just like how it's?
No.
So I think you got
you
that.
Don't have that. You don't have that platform. You don't have that feature yet.
Yes.
So the only thing you can do is this. You can do in the future they have. In fact, I prefer it compared to Quizzes. They have, because now you can have all the questions you have sent to the children. You can have it in archives, so you can retrieve it back and use it for test, maybe or exam or something. You can easily copy it, but unlike Quizzes, that will only be on their platform, you cannot copy it, but you just be in their system. But this one, you have access to it. Or all the questions you must have been sending to your children, you have access to it, so you can retrieve it and use it for your tests or for your exams. So it has advantages. But for live quiz, like Quizzes we do, it does it. Or like Kahoot we do, it doesn't have that feature.
Okay. All right. I think you got that, Simon. All right. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm trying to check if you have any other question here, but no. We've spent like almost 2 hours here. Wow. It's a great privilege having you here. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Do we have any question here? I guess no. Okay, so in the absence of no questions, we're saying we are glad to have you here, growth-minded educators. We are so glad to have you here. We are saying thank you so much, Mr. Idogun. God will perfect the work of your hands and you continue to move forward and forward, in fact, to a greater height by God's grace. Thank you so much, sir. We are so glad to have you here. Thank you. Not minding that, oh, look at all these small children calling
Was it recorded?
No, it wasn't recorded.
Okay.
All right. So we are glad to we really appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. God will continue to bless you. So I will join the curtain here. Mr. Idogun, honestly, I really appreciate you. Coach Abdulateef is saying thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So we hope to call you again, in fact, in a better way, sir. Yeah. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right. Bye for now, sir. And to every participant, we say thank you for joining. We are having another session next week again, next week, Sunday. Yes, and you know how we do it. Tell a friend to tell another friend to tell another friend. So we really appreciate everyone for joining. We are so glad to have you here. So see you next week again by God's grace. And to our speaker today, you did justice to the topic. And honestly, even though I'm not a school owner yet, I really gained a lot, even as a classroom teacher. I learned a lot, and I'll make sure to make use of everything I've learned here today. So thank you, sir. And to every participant, thank you, Ms. Akinyeka. Thank you so much for joining too. I really appreciate you. So Coach Ableti is saying thank you to everyone. Yes, it has to be somewhere. So thank you so much. Really appreciate. So see you again some other time. Mr. Favour, Mr. Idogun, thank you, sir. So I'll be ending the meeting now. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We are grateful. We enjoyed the session.
I'm so glad. We are so glad.
Thank you very much. We appreciate. Thank you.
All right. Okay. No problem, sir. No problem, ma. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.